Hello and welcome back to the Solopreneur Insights series, where I share with you the real-time journey of myself growing my two businesses, my online coaching business and my app startup, and sharing with you all of the highs and all of the lows along the journey as well. It has been a week of some very big shifts in both businesses actually. Starting with the coaching business in the usual place, we will jump into that. So last week was a very interesting one for me, and I felt like was a really big shift moment for me of I got called out by my boyfriend. So we were having a conversation about how I was showing off my business, what I was doing, and honestly, I came to the big realization that I'm just playing really small and I'm really, not putting the same effort into growing an audience and not putting the same effort into even just my content and even just putting myself out there and as well, bragging about my achievements, actually sharing about my achievements very publicly. And I'm very much playing small in terms of how I'm, hiding away, feeling very comfortable with the place I've got to. And that is not serving me in terms of where I actually want to get to. So we had a pretty much 2-hour chat where I got called out for really just playing small in my business, and honestly, it was exactly what I needed to hear, so that was super helpful from him. But I really made some big shifts after that and just changed a few really key things in my business in terms of me actually taking action on the growing an audience part, actually putting myself out there and showing up fully within my business. And I'm gonna walk you through what those changes are, which I made, because I think they're so helpful for anyone who is really looking to grow right now and is really looking for tangible actions you can take and a really strategic way that you can do this in a really short amount of time as well. So the first big change that I really made was actually engaging with my audience and engaging with completely, cold people who are not currently in my audience as well, who are my ideal client though, and I think would really benefit from my content. So I think this is so massive, and I definitely have noticed this in terms of my clients, in terms of just business in general, or just people I have conversations with, of so many people will do the marketing side of putting, content out there. They'll put out programs, they'll put out freebies, but they won't actually take that next step and do that next piece, which is so crucial for you actually getting any growth in the first place. And that is engaging with people. It's having real conversations with real humans and actually outreach and reaching out to some of those people to bring them into your audience in the very first place. This is such an important area in terms of you actually having control over your growth, because if we're not actively going out and reaching new people ourselves and we're just waiting for the algorithm to happen to bring new people to us, we are not in control of the growth which we're having in our business. We're not in control of the growth of our audience, and we're really just relying on the algorithm happening to favor our content or happening to push us out to new people. We're not actually in control, so it's really helpful to actually have a strategy for this and actually take action here. And that's definitely one thing that I've been missing, which is so funny to me, because every single time, all those periods in my business where I have actually implemented this, I can tangibly see that it has got me clients. The actions I've taken, the strategy that I've used, it has got me clients every single time I've used this. So I'm very excited to actually put this into place, actually intentionally grow my audience and actually intentionally reach new people as well. Now, I'm currently splitting up this engagement time in terms of both cold leads and warm leads as well. So cold leads being people who are completely new to my audience or not even in my audience yet, and actually just engaging and connecting with people there. And also warm leads, these are the people who are actively engaging with my content, the people who are, interested in what I'm talking about and actually engaging and connecting with those people as well. So I will share my strategy in a further video next time as well, and actually walk you through as well the results which I'm getting from this, exactly the actions I'm taking, so you can actually, see the results from this and see how you can tangibly implement this as well. The second thing which I'm really doing is actually owning my results more. So I am definitely that more naturally shy, introverted person who, feels very uncomfortable talking about my own big wins and almost bragging and flexing essentially of kind of my own wins, my own successes, and really just proudly, openly sharing those. I'm really good about sharing my clients' wins, but one thing my boyfriend said to me in our conversation was, when was the last time you actually shared a, big win of your own, shared something that you were proud of from your own business, which was unrelated to your clients? Because he follows me on my Instagram, on my business Instagram, and you can definitely see looking back, I share really proudly my client results, but I don't share anything really about the business I've created or what I've actually done. So really starting to lean more into that and sharing some really helpful stories with you as well. So definitely check out my Instagram there if you're not following me there already. but also just sharing, some of my own wins and how I've actually built up my business as well. Not just talking about my clients, so really just owning my results. My boyfriend actually sent me a really amazing tweet, so I will input this here if I remember to find that, and if I'm able to find that. But it was so interesting, actually, that perspective on why do we feel it's weird to be, coming onto social media and talking about our wins, talking about our successes, when we are literally businesses. We are literally there to sell to people. We are there to get clients. So why would it just feel weird? Why is it not natural for us to actually go out and celebrate those things and actually share those things? So I think that's a really helpful perspective shift, which I got of actually, it's completely fine. And of course you wouldn't do that necessarily in real life. You wouldn't go up to people and talk about, how big your month was this cash month and how big your business is and all of those things. But actually online, that's only going to benefit you. And really, you're not going to see the full results that you can online if you're not, proudly owning your accomplishments and really just openly bragging essentially and sharing about those things. So I think that was a really, really helpful reminder there, and definitely a big change which I'm making there as well. The third thing I did as well is actually really, I would say, just showing up as more of a leader, a thought leader kind of in the industry, and actually showing up in a way that is really just sharing my expertise and not doing it in a really small way, but thinking, how can I show up in a way that just really showcases my experience, showcases my knowledge, showcases my expertise essentially. And for me, one thing which has been on the bottom of my to-do list for so long is film some value reels. So essentially short, really mini bite-sized clips, which are just really valuable perspective shifts for people, just really helpful short pieces of information essentially, where people can essentially get a taste of what it's like to learn from me, my perspectives on things. And I think they are so helpful to have a bank of those. So I spent a few hours, I scripted, recorded, edited, and filmed 23 of those. So I have a full bank now of loads of different clips, which are just so helpful to have there. So for me, that's what it really looked like, of kind of showing up at a next level and kind of showing up as more of a leader, I guess, in the industry, and kind of really, proudly owning my accomplishments again and really leaning into that side of my kind of next level there. So that was one thing which was on my to-do list, which I successfully did. So definitely, again, check out those on Instagram because they have started going up already. And the fourth and final thing, it's something which I preach about a lot, but I've definitely fallen off a little bit there recently, with traveling, with having other priorities, and with some more back-end business things. And that is actually selling on the front end daily in my business. This is so important. I cannot reiterate enough how much of a difference this makes to your sales, to the results you're actually seeing. Actually going every single day with the intention of sharing your offer with someone. So that might be in the DMs with someone who's interested, that might be selling on your stories, that might be a post which is leading someone towards working with you, that might be an invite over email, personal outreach, whatever that is, in whatever form that takes, but essentially just selling every single day and having that really be a priority. So that's something which I've been doing as well over the last week, and that was the final piece which I added in terms of these really big shifts to my business. And honestly, with all of these big shifts combined, I'm so excited to see the results of these and to, share in 1 month time, in 3 months time, in 6 months time, what this actually looks like by being consistent with these things. And I will share it with you here, of course, in real time, so you get to really see that actually unfold and see that happen. But already I've seen a massive difference. I've had more people reaching out about one-to-one with me. I've had new clients already signing up just from actually the actions I've taken in the last week. So already making a massive difference. I can already feel the momentum from that. So very excited for what is to come with those changes there. And very glad for that little calling out and that conversation there. That was honestly such a pivotal moment, I feel like, where I could just feel my mind change in terms of how I was approaching business. And into the second part of the video. So Spotlite, let's talk about that now. So Spotlite is my startup. It is an app for service providers and coaches, helping them to essentially have a better client communication and have a better client experience that they're able to offer to their clients. So this is an app where currently we have the messaging feature available. So you're able to have message conversations with your clients. You're able to track their contracts, all of that really helpful information. The next thing which we are building out is the automation side. So I'm so excited about that because I think there's so much potential in terms of, as a coach or service provider, how you can actually use that. But we had a very exciting moment last week. So we officially released it to our founding early users, and they have officially got access to the app. So it's so exciting. There are many people on the app now. There's literally dozens of people who are live on the app using it every single day, which is such an exciting feeling. Definitely came with teething issues as well, of course, as is to be expected. And I think, to be honest, this is just such a great reminder and lesson of entrepreneurship isn't always super easy and seamless all the time, but that's completely fine. Sometimes you are, up till 1 a.m. as we were on Friday night, up till 1 a.m. actually trying to fix an issue where someone's unable to get into something and try and figure out what's going on there and fix it on the back end. And sometimes it just looks like that. Sometimes that happens, and it's never going to be as, seamless, as simple as you're thinking, but it's really helpful to have the, space and the capacity built out to actually fix those problems when you're needing to as well. So it was a very long evening on Friday when we actually released it to the early users, fixing that, got it all fixed, did a late night release at about midnight, and then finally went to bed after having some takeout and then watching Stranger Things as well. But a very exciting thing happened on Saturday as well, and was just really helpful from a marketing perspective of Spotlite. And that is, we got a completely random sale of our lifetime access pass, completely out of the blue. We weren't even promoting it. It's still up on the website, but we weren't even promoting it. And this person purely came from one of our founding users sharing that they were now using this app with their clients. That person had obviously found us through there, had stalked our Instagram, our website a little bit, and then stumbled across us and decided to buy that very same day a lifetime access pass. So that's really helpful for us from a marketing perspective, seeing actually the power of, once we get a small group of people on it, just them sharing about it has so much power for word of mouth of actually other people, realizing the power of this app, realizing what this could do for their clients, and actually deciding that they want to invest in something like that as well. So it was really helpful validation for kind of what we were already guessing and how we were already planning to approach our marketing, of just essentially seeing that this path really does work, and actually this is what we really want to double down on, of simply getting a really small group of people on it and sharing the heck out of it and just making it a really industry standard essentially, so everyone knows about it and it's really accessible for people then to actually just go and try out the app and actually jump onto it and actually start using that with their clients as well. So those are the updates for this week with my coaching business and with Spotlite as well. Make sure you drop a comment down below letting me know what you found interesting from this week, what you're wanting to see, and if you're wanting me to do a more detailed breakdown of my engagement strategy, of my Reels strategy, anything along those lines as well, and what I'm really doing to really accelerate some growth in the next few months as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.